Measurement conversions. So when we talk about conversions, it is a ratio used to compare two different systems of measurement. And a conversion indicates a change in units of measurement, which are typically proportional to one another. So, under conversions, we're going to employ a technique which is called the dimensional analysis. So this is the technique we're going to use in all our unit conversions. Okay, we're going to use this technique for all our unit conversions. And this technique is used to convert between any units of measure by finding identity ratios. Another name for identity ratios is the conversion factors and multiplying. And the goal here is to cancel the unwanted unit and have the desired unit remaining. Okay, and by using the same procedure for all conversions, you're going to avoid having to guess and will have fewer mistakes. So let's start with these examples we have. Okay, so the first example is we want to convert 16 weeks to days. Okay, and we have steps we're going to be using in converting 16 weeks to days using the dimensional analysis. So with the dimensional analysis, the first step is to always write the given measurement as a fraction. Okay, so that is the first step. So the given measurement here is the 16 weeks, and we're going to take that 16 weeks, okay, and express it as a fraction over 1. Okay, somebody may ask why we are dividing 16 weeks by 1. Any number, okay, is a fraction over 1, okay. Dividing by 1 doesn't change the value of 16. 16 will still remain the same. So you can either choose to write it as 16 weeks over 1, or you can just write it as 16 weeks. I feel expressing it as a fraction over 1 really helps for when you have to multiply it by a conversion factor, okay, so that you know which units to place at the top and which units have to be in opposite vision to the other to cancel out. So now we have 16 weeks, okay, and we want to get to days. All right, so after writing the given measurement as a fraction, the next step is to multiply by an identity ratio so that the unit will be in opposite vision. The unit that you are not interested in will be in opposite vision to cancel out, leaving the unit that you want at the top. And we know that 1 week is equal to 7 days. So this is our identity ratio or our conversion factor. All right. And here we are not interested in weeks. Okay, we want to have a unit in days. So this weeks have to be in opposite vision with some weeks here. Okay, so since we have some weeks at the top of this fraction, we should have some weeks at the bottom of this fraction to be able to cancel out. So with this identity ratio, we are going to multiply by this initial measurement. We're going to express it in such a way that the weeks is in opposite vision with the weeks we have at the top of this fixed fraction. So we're going to have our 1 week at the bottom, and we're going to have our 7 days at the top. So weeks will cancel out, and now the next step is to you multiply. So after canceling the unwanted unit, leaving the desired unit you want at the top, you're going to multiply the numbers you have at the top and divide by the numbers you have at the bottom. So if you multiply 16 by 7 days divided by 1, this will give you 112 days. So 16 weeks to days will give you 112 days. And now for the next example, we want to convert to 80 days to weeks. So We're going to begin by expressing the initial measurement given as a fraction over 1, so 280 days over 1. And next, we're going to multiply this by an identity ratio. So again, 1 week is equal to 7 days. And since we have some days at the top of this first fraction, we should have some days at the bottom of the next fraction to cancel out. So with this identity ratio, we're going to multiply by this initial measurement. We're going to make sure the 7 days is at the bottom and our 1 week is at the top, so that the days will cancel out, leaving the weeks at the top. So now that you've canceled the unwanted unit, leaving the desired unit at the top, you're going to multiply the numbers you have at the top, dividing by the numbers you have at the bottom. So 280 times 1 week divided by 7 will give you 40 weeks. So 280 days converted to weeks give you 40 weeks. So this is how you use the dimensional analysis to convert one unit to a different form.